Want to go hunting? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But if you do, there are some horrible creatures you can hunt. For example, the Jabberwock, the Jub, the Bandersnatch. How to Bag a Jabberwock. Hello and welcome to the Bottled Imp, exploring the realms of fantasy. That's what we do. And today we're going to explore this realm of Major Jack Union and his practical guide to monster hunting. Yes, it's how to bag a Jabberwock. Well, let's find out whether or not he actually did. So, what exactly is How to Bag a Jabberwock all about? Well, the setting is simple. It's, like when they used to go hunting lions and tigers and rhino and that kind of thing. Well, it's that kind of thing. It's made by Major Jack Union. I'm not 100% sure if that's a real name, but yeah, for the sake of this, let's say he's a real person. And he has, over the years, had many, many encounters with strange and mysterious creatures. Now, they are fictitious, like the Jabberwocky and the Jubs, and the Goatee is another one that he's hunted. So it's quite a good spin. Obviously, he's not talking about lions or rhinos or that kind of thing. He's talking about fantasy creatures. So already I do like the concept. And if you're into reference books like I am, a bit nerdy maybe, but they're good for writing, where you read up about, I've heard of a troll, but what exactly is a troll? And this is kind of a twist on that, because he has a certain format that he uses in each category for each monster. And the way he does it is he does a little intro to the monster, gives you kind of a brief encounter, if you like, and then he describes the monster in more detail. He then also tells you where the monster is to be found, the habitat, and also what type of threat it is to mankind or humankind, and presumably the reason why he's out hunting it. And he does make clear at the beginning of the book, in Major Jack Union's foreword, just exactly what a monster is. And it is to do with, as long as it's a threat to humankind and it is killing people, then they need to be hunted, as opposed to he's hunting these for sport. And for me, that's quite a major issue, because as I was halfway through the book, I did it because it's written in a style that, it's the colonial hunter, with his safari suit and that kind of image. It's not really the sort of thing I'm into. I don't like people hunting. So was I starting to get a bit uncomfortable? Slightly. But for me, because it was done in a tongue-in-cheek and had a lot of humour to it, I did see past that. And because they are fictitious monsters and they are definitely a threat to humankind, then you go along with it. That really wasn't a major issue. But interestingly enough, I didn't expect myself to have that reaction and start thinking on a deeper level about hunting and what it is to go and hunt, creatures, especially if they're endangered, obviously. Anyway, so he tells you where they live and how also to hunt them, how to actually approach the creature, because each creature, as you obviously know, has different, I don't know what you call them, special abilities, different characteristics. So some are underwater, some, like cold regions, that kind of thing. So he gives you tips on what to bring and how to approach hunting them. And then the last bit that he has in each section is to do with his personal experience of hunting these lovely, fictitious, made-up creatures. And the nice thing about it is that they are quite traditional. When I say traditional, they're known fictitious creatures, if that makes sense. So, for example, the Yeti, the Jabberwock or the Jabberwocky, and so you think, these are familiar, but there is enough difference to make it enjoyable. The other thing that I did enjoy was the tone and the tenor of the writing. They're very humorous, but at the same time, because he's really got into the mindset of a hunter, you do feel like you're reading a field guide that is actually going to be of use. So if you're trying to fight an air kraken, for example, that you after reading that you think, I feel a bit more prepared to go and do that. obviously if you do see an air kraken, I would recommend reading the book first before you tackle it, obviously. So my only reservation with this book really would be to do with the format of it. So the format is its strength and its weakness, because yes, it's cool that he's got the same format for every creature, i.e. a little introduction, description, the habitat, how to hunt them, tips, and a personal account. But about halfway through I was a little bit, I don't know about bored, but it got a bit samey, and I was looking for just a change, something different. Now, personally, I started thinking about this, and I thought, well, maybe these would be better suited if it was a series of short stories, a collection of short stories, and it was his experiences that was the main driving force of the book, rather than, say, more of the technical details about the description. Obviously, you would still describe it, but I guess if it was in story format, like the little personal accounts that he has in each section, then there would be, I don't know, a bit more intrigue to it, there'd be a bit more interest, and it would have held my interest totally all the way to the end. As it was, halfway through I kind of put it down for a while, and a couple of days I didn't read it because, as I say, it was getting a bit samey. But that said, there's enough in there. There's also illustrations that are really cool. They're kind of more biological illustration. They're little sketches, little pencil sketches, as though he's gone out and sketched them when he's hunting them or observing them. And he's done, drawn them from a different angles, so that's really cool. But then also there's another illustration of them that's more kind of portrait type illustration, if you see what I mean. It's slightly better, it's not just a sketch. So it's almost like that would be what it was like if you took a photograph of them. So again, nice little touches like that. Break up the words. Obviously, that's what pictures do. But it just added a little bit of extra depth to it. So overall, I did enjoy the book, and because it is fictitious monsters and they are a threat to hunting, it's not like I got too caught up about the whole hunting, especially, nowadays this whole hunting foxes has reared its ugly head again. So it is topical, and it is one of those things that I think it's a good thing that it does make you think about those issues, but in this case it's all tongue-in-cheek, and they are fictitious monsters, so that didn't ultimately spoil it. But as I say, I think I would have preferred it if it had been more of a a collection of short stories. But that said, I do recommend it. I would check it out. I don't know if there's any more in this series, like if he's done more monsters in other books. I might need to go and check that out. Or if the author, Major Jack Union, is watching, if he's back from hunting a certain monster and he's just kicking back and watching YouTube, the Bottled Imp, obviously, then my advice to you, Major Jack Union, is to maybe write a sequel, but do it as a collection of short stories. Totally recommend it. Check it out. Thank you so much once again for watching another Bottled Imp review. Hopefully you've enjoyed this one of How to Bag a Jabberwock. Check it out, because there is some good practical advice on how to go and hunt these monsters. Once again, you can obviously check us out on Facebook and also on our Twitter account, and hopefully we'll be getting a website up and running soon. I don't know if this is going to clash with anything as in the timing and all of that, but hopefully we'll have a website. Who knows? Until the next time, fellow imps, thank you for watching.